Hi everybody, this is your insider guide to email etiquette on the job hunt. If you are on the job hunt, please subscribe to learn the ins and outs of interviewing. For many jobs these days, your first impression doesn't happen when you walk in the door. Your first impression actually happens over email or over the internet when you're sending in your resume. You want to make sure that this first impression is really the best it can be. So today we're going to talk about email etiquette, the best way to set yourself up for that perfect first impression. First of all, a job email is going to be a little bit more formal than an email where you're talking to your friends or to your family. You want to make sure you start off the right way. Don't start off with the word hi. I know this is a normal greeting. This is a thing we all say to each other. However, I have talked with one employer in particular who has told me that if she receives an email with the word hi at the beginning, she will immediately throw away the email, not look at it, and not consider that candidate. So don't give your potential employer the option to do that. You always want to start out your email with hello and the person's name with whom you're interviewing. And I cannot stress this part enough. Make sure to correctly spell the name of that person. I have a unique name myself, and I would say about 60% of the emails I get, even if their response to my own email to them with my name spelled correctly, comes to me with an incorrectly spelled name. It's a major turnoff in the professional world. And if they have a unique name or a name that's heard more often but spelled differently than the usual, they'll notice that you have attention to detail. And while you're at it, make sure that you don't have informal language in your email. You want it to all be formal, all correct grammar, all correct spelling. Make sure you're proofreading it, and please no emojis. Sometimes when we get to know each other in the workplace, we can do that if that fits within your workplace culture. But for the interview, make sure you're nothing but professional. Now let's talk about the email itself, that is the email address. Don't email for your new job from your old job. Make sure that the email you're using is not your current professional workplace email. If you need to create a new email, that's okay. There's tons of services out there that have free email systems. I personally like to use Gmail. It's super easy to set up, and you should definitely use a system like that. Just make sure that your actual email address name is something professional, like your name. If your name is already taken, consider adding your middle initial or your middle name. Perhaps put a dot between your first and last name or an underscore. But you want to avoid email names that are a bit more personal, like catlover44. Keep your emails short and sweet. Chances are your hiring manager or your future employer is not going to actually read your whole email. So if you keep everything very minimal, they just might read the whole thing. Always attach a resume. Even if you've already added your resume to an online application that's separate, it's always really handy for your future employer to have that accessible right in the email you send them. This is also a good time to add your cover letter or your references in case the job application itself didn't have space for that. To go right along with that, make sure that your subject line for the email is short and sweet. A perfect way to write a subject line is to have the name of the position, a dash, and your own name. If you can, try to send your email to a specific person, namely the person who is doing the hiring. Try to avoid sending your email to a general inbox like generalcontractors@generalcontractors.com. You want to make sure you have the most direct line of communication possible for that position. And last, as an extra, if you want to come across as the most professional possible, make your own email signature. A perfect email signature would have your name, your contact email and phone number, and if you have one, a LinkedIn profile. Speaking of, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, now's a good time to make one. Well, I hope that helped you, give you the confidence you need to write that email to your future employer. Please subscribe for an empowered interview. Like if this helped you, share for the value, and I'll see you on the flip side.